Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are doing a bit of a late episode today, like in terms of we probably should have recorded and released this episode maybe in like June, but we're going to do a bit of a mid-year wrap-up or mid-year book wrap. So it's going to be everything that we've read, things that we've rated 5 stars, things that we've DNF'd, couple of little highlights for our episodes and stuff that we've really enjoyed recording. And yeah, we're just going to go through kind of the last 6 months reading. I guess, did we want to start with our own personal reading recap? So I've put in some little questions and things that we can answer as we go. I guess we'll start with that. Yeah, let's jump right in. So let's do a bit of a recap on, Sal, what you and I have read. Did we want to go through first total number of books that we've read? It's been a little bit of a slow year for me personally. My goal was 60. And I'm nowhere near that. Life has been lifing.
I was actually a little bit surprised by your recap.
Yeah, life has been...
I was like, oh, I'm not too far off.
I know, yeah. When I seen you put 11, I was like, okay, well, need to speed up there. I've only read 16, which is... Joey, I was telling Joey this when I was writing this. I was like, babe, I was so upset that I've only read 16 books. And he was like, yeah, I guess. He's like, there are people, including myself, that haven't even read one. And I was like, I know, but last year I was on a roll. I read like 48
You
or
read
46 or whatever.
year.
So to see 16 and we're at the end of July, I'm like really upset for myself.
Yeah.
But life's been busy.
Well, I was actually really proud with 11. I was like, fuck yeah.
11. Oh, I mean, that's what I mean. So like I'm upset with myself for 16, but if someone else said to me that they read 16 books, I'd be like, oh my God, amazing, well done. But then for myself, I'm like, fucking loser. Like grow up, get a life, do something better. Like you're
Shame.
You're fucking,
Shame on you.
Literally.
I think as well, like even in the book world, like there's people in everything and everywhere in the world, there's someone doing it better than you, right? There's someone that's upkeeping their book talk better. They're reading more. I love like there's girls when she's like, oh my God, have you read like 50 books this year? And like there's that audio that's just like, I've been out here working like a dog
Day and night.
and they've got the little reading glasses on. Like,
oh my God, I know.
but there's always someone out there reading more or whatever else. But I'm like 11 books, 16 books. We've also been doing lots in our life outside of reading as well. So.
Yeah, 100%. Lots of travel, lots of personal stuff. So I'm happy with those numbers. But I'm hoping over the next 5 months, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 5 months. I'm hoping we can, I'd love to get like 25. At least I'd be happy with 25.
Are you going to list off your series that you've read or the books?
All of them? No, I'm not listing off all. I was like trying to think about it then. I was like, no, that's probably going to be a bit too much.
It'll be a bit long.
Yeah, and I'd need to open up my Goodreads, which I might do that actually just because we always reference that.
Well, this is actually fun for me. So I looked back and saw that I'd read 11 books, which happy for me.
Yeah.
But I also noted and found that I first read Akatar, because I had never looked at this, May last year.
Oh.
So
just over a year.
It's been 14 months since I've been reading. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So cool. I was like, I actually had no idea like how long, like I kept saying kind of like a year or whatever, but I was like, oh, I don't know if it's been a year and a half. Like I had no idea what time of the year last year that I started reading it. So
wow, time goes so quick. Actually, now that you say that, I remember that because when you first started reading Akatar, Joey and I were in Port Lincoln in South Australia doing that shark diving thing, and I remember you were texting me updates talking about how immersed you were in this, how you couldn't put it down, and I kept on messaging you being like, oh my God, yeah, give me an update, what are you up to, blah, blah, because you were the first person that had read Akatar in our friend group, and I was like, fucking finally someone else I can talk to about this. So I do remember that, May.
I searched on my texts Akatar, like, and you know how you can go like scroll down. It was like all the stuff from like new text or whatever, and then I found when I was texting you. And I was like, yeah, literally May. And then I was talking to my friend about Sarah. I was saying about Fourth Wing, and I was like, I feel like I'm cheating on Akatar, even thinking about other books, like thinking about reading other books. I'm like, I can't, like. So it was a cool little thing to kind of look back and kind of see that journey as well. And then go, I looked back at all the books that I have read over in that 14 months.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's a lot. I love it. Yay. Well, happy 1 year readiversary.
Yeah, a little bit late, but
well, I think this episode's a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fine. We'll be on time next year.
Yeah.
Okay, and a bit of a genre breakdown. So, what would you say? Or I think you've listed it, but like, what would you say your genre breakdown is for the
so
11?
I had 9. So for this last 6 months, so 9 fantasy, 1 dark romance, and 1 thriller.
Yeah, and the thriller was
Verity.
Scarred.
Not
Won't be
for
doing that
me.
again.
Yeah, we'll stick to the dark romance and the fantasy.
Yeah, 100%. I've wrote 10 fantasy versus 10 fantasy. What I meant to say was 10 dark romance versus 6 fantasy. So I've read more dark romance this year than fantasy, which is a change up because last year I read way more fantasy, but I read a lot more books in general. But yeah, 10 dark romance and 6 fantasy books. Currently on my seventh fantasy. I'm just changing that so I remember. And 5-star reads. What are your 5-star reads in the last 6 months?
I laughed when I saw yours.
Zero
5-star reads.
Yeah, literally 0 though, because like I read Powerless last year. So
did you rate Powerless 5 stars?
I did. The first one I rated 5
Yeah.
stars, but for this year I've not had any 5-star reads, which is like really sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Not to say there's no great books. I've read some good books, but like nothing life-changing.
Yeah.
I felt like last year was the year of like so many 5-star reads for me.
Yeah.
And nothing this year.
Yeah, I've got 2. So I had Powerless because I read Powerless early in the year.
Yes, I
read
remember that.
I read the 3 of them like real quick.
I remember.
I had Powerless and Manacled. Manacled has like just taken over my year.
I'm excited to listen to your episode that you do on that.
Yeah, because I'm going to do the non-spoiler episode.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, that like totally. I was fucking non-stop thinking about it, like wanting to get home. So yeah, I was actually surprised because I was like, 5-star ratings. Like you got 0. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have like 5. And I was like, I've actually only done like 2.
Yeah.
Again, a bunch of good books, like, and a couple of 4 stars,
Same,
whatever.
same.
But yeah, 2 definitely that stood out. And Powerless was its own cool like storyline kind of thing. But even now, I'm like, I would not compare Powerless to Manacled. I'm like, Manacled just takes the cake. If
Really?
I feel like putting them together, I would put Powerless 4.5 and Manacled 5.
Wow, I'm very excited to listen to your episode that you do on the spoiler free for Manacled because that's obviously on my TBR list, but it's always just been at the like I've got 40 other books on there that I've been on there for way longer, and I'm not the biggest Harry Potter. Like, I mean, I love Harry Potter, but I'm not like a diehard Harry Potter fan. Not saying you have to be to read this book.
Yeah.
But hearing you say that and put it at 5 stars, I'm like, oh.
I think the Harry Potter thing is probably deterring your brain a little bit, but it's so not Harry Potter.
So not Harry Potter.
Like that's why she's literally about to release, because she's redoing the book as Alchemized, where she's not doing Harry Potter characters.
Right.
They almost didn't have to be Harry Potter for the book to be like so good.
Okay.
And it's just so fucking not Harry Potter because it's so dark.
Does she have any other books?
Sen Luen, her
Okay.
name is or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think she has done Draco and Hermione are a thing.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay.
one of the TikTok, the people commented on our TikTok about me reading Manacled. They were like, make sure you read this one after. And then I realized that there's a whole fan fiction on Draco and Hermione.
Wow, okay.
So super random. But I think she's written probably a couple of those like extra side.
But this is the one that's kind of in the spotlight the most.
Yeah. There's definitely the other ones are still like highly rated.
Yeah.
But Manacled is like, it's got fucking 10,000 reviews and it's like
Yeah.
4.65 stars.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely going to stay on the TBR list. And yeah, Sal's doing another solo episode after this where she'll be going through spoiler-free edition for that. So I'll be listening to that. Favorite read from this year, obviously.
Manacled, yeah.
Manacled. Love that for you. Mine is Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I don't know if that's how you're pronouncing her name, but that was a really good one. That was the book that I read like 3 books ago. I read that and that was really good. That's a second book to the first one. So yeah, definitely recommend that one.
Yeah, I want to read a witch book.
That is a witchy.
I haven't done
That's a
witches
witch
yet.
Witch versus like witch hunter vibe.
I haven't done witches. I haven't done vampires.
Yeah, I've read a vampire one as well, which is good.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, I've given you a ton of book recs in terms of that sort of stuff. Your list is just getting bigger by the second.
So many. And you know what? I actually keep forgetting to add things to my Goodreads. It's really annoying. Like I haven't got into the habit of doing that yet.
That's the first thing I do.
Yeah, I really need to do that. I do have a little list on my notes on my phone that I need to transfer into Goodreads.
You need to get that into Goodreads because like you've literally got the Goodreads app right there and then you're like, no, I'm going to handwrite these notes here of every book.
I don't know why. I just always divert to my notes. Like my notes have the most random shit in there.
Yeah.
I'm always going through and cleaning them and like deleting it. And
that's fair. Let's get them into Goodreads.
Okay.
That's your little task.
That's the goal of today.
That's the goal for today. Most disappointing read or overhyped book.
Yeah, we're definitely.
Is that what it means when you put that in there?
The quotes, like same as above.
So Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. We did do episodes on. Did we do 2 or 1? We did 2. We reviewed both. Yeah,
and we did number 1 and number 2.
Yeah. So that is our most disappointing read. I don't know so much about overhyped because I'd seen it a little bit on TikTok, but it definitely wasn't like, your Fourth Wing or it wasn't super hyped.
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty hyped.
You reckon?
Yeah. Even when I went into, it was hyped on TikTok.
Yeah.
But then when I went into Harry Harthog, it was like one of the books that were turned on the front.
Okay.
And like, it didn't have like its own cardboard cutouts or anything like that, but it was definitely like forefront, like, fantasy and turned around. And then when I went to buy it, she was like, the lady selling me the book, she was like, I've heard so many things about these books, blah, blah, blah. So I feel personally like it was overhyped.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go into any bookstores, so I didn't see it, but I definitely seen a couple of videos online. So yeah, I guess overhyped and most disappointing read. If you want to know why, go listen to our episodes. We were pretty harsh.
I feel like if it was your first fantasy book or you're just getting into them, you probably would have liked it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe even loved it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, I think
not for us.
Yeah,
not over here.
Which going into the DNFs, I got onto the third book of Everflame. Yeah, which was Heat of the Everflame.
Yeah.
And I DNF'd at 70%.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
3 books and I DNF'd at 70%, which I'm going to go back and read it probably, maybe, because I just never considered myself a quitter like that.
Yeah.
But I was just really dumb.
It's got to take a lot. I say that I feel like, if I don't like a book or I'm not 100% sold, I'll still finish it. I think I've only DNF'd 2 books in the 100 and whatever I've read. It takes a lot to DNF something.
I was really done. I think at 70% of the third book, stopping there, you got to be done.
You were probably done at freaking 40 or 50%, but you were like, you know what, I'll ride it out. I'll see how it's going to go. And then it was just a drag.
Yeah.
It's what's the point?
Just couldn't connect.
Yeah,
at all.
That's totally fair. I didn't have any DNF for this year so far. We are in July, so, we still have a couple months left, but never
maybe might sneak a 5-star in there at some point.
And a DNF. But yeah, so I didn't have any, but probably because I didn't read that third Heat of the Everflame one. I feel like if I read that, I definitely would have DNF'd it as well, but I didn't read that. So 0 DNF for me. Did we want to do a couple of podcast highlights? I included some questions in there because I think it was cool. This is obviously, we started this in March. Did we start this in March? Yeah, I think it was March we started the pod.
I feel like we've been doing it for 2 years.
We are just seasoned veterans at this point. Yeah, well, we started doing it in March. So technically we haven't had a full 6 months of doing the pod, but, we got a couple months.
Yeah.
What was your favourite episode so far that we've recorded?
My personal favourite episode was actually our first, not our first episode, but our first real kind of episode was the Fantasy for Beginners. I just feel like it was a nice episode because it had a guidance topic and anyone could listen to it. Yeah. It wasn't about any specific book or
very true.
Kind of favorite moments of different books or whatever. So yeah. I feel like it was really good for all. And it was kind of cool to be what's the process of reading a fantasy book and diving into that. And I really liked that. And then I liked going through that epic scenes of ACOTAR because reliving the best moments of my life and 6 of Crows. Yeah. Because they were just some of the favorite books and going through them was kind of reliving it again. Yeah. Which was really, really cool.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I completely forgot about the Fantasy for Beginners, to be honest, because that was an episode that we did at literally the very beginning. I had our biggest book icks just because that one was really funny, and I was so excited to do that the other week.
That was funny.
Joey listened to that and he was dying. He was like pissing because he was like, he's like, I swear I've heard you say these, like the skinny jeans one. He was like, I've heard you say that a million times. So yeah, our biggest book icks, or Six of Crows as well, because that one, I just love that book so much, and doing the recap made me remember, oh, I love this book so much. So good, this series.
Yeah, you know, I think our they're so great to go through that book. I've just freaking loved it. But I also think we did, what other one was it that's quite popular? The dark romance versus fantasy.
Dark romance versus traditional romance.
Traditional romance, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think a couple different, and if you're like listening and you have, you know, certain episodes that you like more, because I think that those really were quite popular because they kind of like are a little bit more like, I don't know, book theory, maybe? What would you call it? Book theory, where it's like you don't have to know a book for one. Yeah. Then obviously we have our funny episodes, which love them.
Yeah, of course.
Then there's also a little bit like for readers, it's like, okay, well, what is the difference, like, you know, between
That's a good point.
two?
Yeah, we should try to do a couple more of those because I feel like we did a couple in the beginning starting out, obviously, but I feel like we haven't done one in a while, like last 2 months or something.
Yeah,
I feel like we haven't put something out like that, and it's not like educational, but it's like definitely not educational. We're talking about smart, but I mean in the terms of like book, like you said, book theory or reading books. Those types of episodes were giving a little bit of insight and education into potentially reading.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's not a certain, because even Joey says this, he's like, sometimes I don't know what episodes to listen to. He's like, because he doesn't read the book. So he's like, I'm not going to listen to your like one-on-one book episodes. He's like, 'cause I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, so I just read the ones that aren't about that and are about like the other topics that you guys cover. And I'm like, that's so fair. I feel like a lot of people would do that.
Yeah. 100%.
A lot of people. That's why we're only doing, I guess part of a reason why we're only doing one book review a month. So you have 3 other episodes that are not about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is good. Funniest or most chaotic moment?
Definitely reading the smut out loud to each other.
Yeah, that has me dying. Joey listened to that last week and I was like, oh, I'm cringing. I'm so embarrassed. I don't want to do that ever again.
I actually want to get some TikToks from it because it's fucking hilarious moments.
Yeah, I know. I'm dying. Literally dying.
Definitely the most chaotic moment, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I was watching our video back. I got to chop it up because there's some freaking hilarious moments in there that we can definitely get. And I also put funniest or chaotic moments is when you have a wheezing moment.
Oh my God, yeah.
I just feel like the wheezing came out really, I can't remember what video it was that we made.
I know exactly. Yeah, I can't remember what episode, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it came out early on in the piece, and then every now and then we get a good wheeze.
Yeah, the wheeze comes out. Yeah, I'm notorious for doing that. Yeah, mine would be the reading smut out loud to each other as well. That would be like the funniest, but also like, yeah, the most chaotic because I was just so cringe. I was so cringe.
You actually sounded like there's a fucking Harry Potter thing of like Hermione where she's like, no, there must be another way. And like, and then when you go to say the first one, you're like, no, I can't. You get this little like English accent. I can't.
I'm dead. Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, we have put that one out. Yeah. If you guys haven't listened to that, go listen to that, but put some headphones in.
You're like, don't
listen. Maybe don't listen to that. Yeah, put some headphones in if you are going to listen to that because God, that was like so embarrassing.
It was brutal.
It was so crazy. Didn't help that I picked, Joey said that. Joey goes, you picked the worst ones to give Sal. Like, why did you have to pick literally like hardcore porn for her to read out? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I was like.
No, I had more hardcore. I think I gave you the lightest bit, but then we also didn't continue on in the Silver Flames because I did have some more spicy sections.
Yeah.
But we picked the start of the non-spicy one.
Yeah.
But I definitely, reading smart, it is smart. But the last one was fucking brutal.
Joey said that.
The last one was rough. That was hard.
I'm really testing you here. Yeah, let's not do that again for a while. Please and thank you. But yeah, maybe go listen to that, guys, because you can listen to us literally die or watch it. Have we put it on YouTube? Yeah. Or watch it, which is even worse.
I'm dead.
Do you want to go through the last one for podcast highlights?
So listener feedback that made our day. What was yours?
Mine was a YouTube comment that someone left on, I can't even remember what episode it was now, but I don't know, a couple episodes ago. And they said, you two are such a vibe, such a fun vibe. I loved this whole interaction and the review. So I think this was a Haunting Adeline, I feel like it might have been, I think. And yeah, that, I remember there was that one and one other one that I screenshot and I sent it to you when I seen that someone had commented that, because I was like, oh my God, that's such a nice thing for someone to say. And yeah, I don't know, that was just like the first positive bit of feedback that we'd gotten, and I was like really happy with that. So that's my favorite listener feedback for sure.
Was it Haunting Adeline?
Well, it's definitely a book review. Haunting Adeline, I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think
Lord... where are we? Lord Cancer 6962.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then we also had Yuretz Zidzaldivar. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but so to just finish book 1, best dark romance I've read. Little odd to say out loud, but it's true. This podcast will definitely become a daily.
Yes.
So bless you guys.
Yeah, that was another one. And both of those I screenshotted and sent this out. And I was like, oh my God, we got our first positive feedback, which was so nice.
Then there was someone on our original video that said, okay, but who wears shoes on a couch?
Oh my God, yeah. I thought, God, could this be our first hate comment? Not that it was a hate comment, but we usually, as you can see, don't wear shoes on the couch. But that day,
the shoes were on.
The shoes were on.
Yep.
I don't know what happened.
We were in business that day.
Yeah, we were just ready to go on the go. What was yours? Your favorite feedback?
So I had here, just when we posted like our like current reads or like the book talk trend, where we were kind of going through, you know, our favorite reads of the year and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had Manacled, and there were like 2 girls that commented and was like, oh my God, Manacled, you're into the journey. And then they started giving me recommendations. And I just feel like that little interaction for me, I was like,
beautiful. We love that little community.
I know. Such a good vibe.
Yeah, I love that, especially when the recommendations are good. Because sometimes I've read some heinous shit because of fucking book talk.
Once again, you book talk people make me want to die.
Yeah, literally. So that was a good recommendation, and we love that.
I've got our YouTube up at just now, and just giving a bit of a recap with it. So our most viewed video on YouTube is reading book reviews, Goodreads funniest takes.
Yeah.
So that's got 386 views.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
Yeah, it was a really good one. And then we've got A Haunting Adeline, 194, and Dark Romance versus Traditional, 172. So they're kind of our biggest ones, which is really fun.
Love that. I had a quick look as well at some of the other stats in terms of like locations of listeners, and this was really interesting. On YouTube, no surprise, but 94% of our listeners are female. That's what I'd hope, because we're for the girlies. We are for the guys as well that are interested, but I just knew that our vibe and the demographic would be female. Yeah. 67% on YouTube are between ages 25 to 34. Also knew that would be the case. But interesting, 25% of our listeners on YouTube live in the USA.
Vibes. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of a lot of book podcasts in the USA.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So like the main like Fantasy Fangirls are US. There's another bunch of girls, but they're Canada. But I think, definitely US, a lot of book listeners.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
like community there. So fucking shout out to the fucking USA.
Yeah, we love that. Love the girlies in the USA.
Yeah.
And then on Spotify, 80% of our listeners live in Australia, which is no surprise. 6% live in Hong Kong, which I think was 3 from memory, 3 listeners or something in Hong Kong, 1 in Portugal, 1 in Thailand, 1 in Serbia, and 1 in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
Which I thought was really interesting.
That's cool.
Like, I don't know how you got here, but we love that.
Yeah, Hong Kong is random. I didn't think people...
Serbia.
Yeah.
Like, so random. But we love it.
Yeah.
Stay, please, guys. Listen, give us your feedback. We hope you love it.
Another just... I didn't get to mention it on our previous one, but a bit of a recap on a fun thing that's come from this podcast is the trivia night that I did.
Oh my God, yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we did for everyone listening, so my favourite bar/restaurant in Penrith was hosting an ACOTAR trivia night, and then I reached out to them and I said, can Tori and I book, because they only had like a cash prize for the first winner for like number one, and I was like, can Tori and I do a gift for number two and just get a shout out as like the book podcast? And then they called me and said, did you want to run it? And I was like, what do you mean do I want to run it? And I was like, don't you have like a trivia person? And then they were like, oh, well, like we have got someone that works here. We're going to like, you know, chat GTP the questions and she's just going to like run it. And they're like, but she hasn't read the books and thought it'd be nice to have someone that's read the books. Yeah. And so I was like, well, fuck, all right. Yeah, okay. And then they gave me the questions, and the questions were like dog shit. Like the first question was, what is the name of the main character in A Court of Thorns and Roses? I was like,
no.
Surely fucking not, bro. No. Like that is so silly. Like you're going to have ACOTAR like fans come. Anyways, so we redid all the questions and now I think we're going to be doing the book trivias there.
How exciting.
So much fun. But yeah, it went really well. We literally had women rock up that were dressed like fae.
I've seen the photos.
There was this girl who had she had a full A Court of Thorns and Roses like half sleeve like on her upper arm, and it was stunning, right? The question that I gave was like halfway through round 2, so it was like harder questions, and it was like name the 3 items of the dread trove that Nestor and Cassian had to get.
Yeah.
So it was like the mask, the harp, and the crown.
Yes.
And I was like, this is going to be a harder one for people.
Yeah.
And I was walking past this girl and she was like, she's like, well, you'd want to hope I know I've got them tattooed on me. And so I had the mic and I was like, you've got the dread trove tattooed on you? She's like, yeah, I've got like a whole ACOTAR sleeve. She was wearing like a skippy. I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wearing like a...
Show me that.
Show me that. And she's like, I didn't want to like, you know, have it off and like maybe be too much. And I'm like, girl, I'm like,
never too much.
We've got literal fucking fae here.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
You've got your fam here. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And there was another girl that had like ACOTAR, Throne of Glass. What else did she have? She had like the Harry Potter pixies and stuff, like a full fantasy sleeve. Just such a vibe.
I'm so upset that I missed that. I mean, it was a little bit of a last minute thing, obviously, and I was going away, but I was so upset. Really would have put my knowledge to the test, I was saying to you, because if we're going to start doing these things, my memory is horrid. So if we're going to start running these, I'm going to need to do proper, like, I need to reread ACOTAR now. I need to like,
not really. Like you put together all the questions and you have the answers. Like,
yeah, me forgetting that I'm going to have the answers. Yeah. Me running the quiz and also thinking, I need to know the answers for this.
Yeah, like you literally have you make the questions and the answers. So,
but then you've got people that someone's got a full sleeve. You've got people that are coming as like fae, and I'm like, yeah, what was in the dread trove?
Yeah, well,
I would have forgotten the crown. I knew the harp and the mask, but I forgot the crown.
It's like marking sometimes is a bit hard because like I had, you know, what colour were the roses at Feyre's wedding or the flowers at Feyre's wedding.
Did you remember that?
Yeah, I actually made that question because I did a lot of trivia questions, but then I kind of made up my own.
See, what do you mean?
Well, at Feyre's wedding, everyone got this, by the way. I think there was like 2 people that didn't. So at Feyre's wedding, because Ianthe took over it and Feyre didn't want red, she wanted white because she didn't like the colour, like the blood color of red. Yeah. And so when she like was walking down the aisle and she noticed all the flowers were red, and that's when she started fucking wigging out and like was going, I can't do this. I was like, I literally thought of that question. I was like, that's a fucking sick trivia
That's
question.
A really good question.
But people wrote red and white, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Well, you're right because there's red, but there wasn't any white. They were all red.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And then I had someone at the end, like people came up at the end, they wanted to like ask about, you know, the ones that they got wrong and what they were and stuff. And so I was like, I definitely need to know like the answers to the questions I've written. But
yeah, 100%.
That comes with writing them, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I feel like if we're going to do it, we'll spend some more time. Like I'll need to definitely spend some time researching a little bit more, knowing the answers, writing a little bit of information and stuff with it.
You know what I reckon the best question was?
What?
Which was also a question I made up.
Would I get it?
No, God no, fuck no, you would not get it.
I love how you're like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What was it?
It was a who said it question. So I said, who said it? And the thing was, when you spend so long staring into the darkness begins to look back at you or something like that, or you start to become it. I said, you get 1 point if you get who said it, and then you get another point if you get who it was said to. And it was said by Feyre when Lucian comes back into the picture. I remember when Lucian comes to like take her back to the spring court, and he's like, Talon's all fucked up. And that's when she first grows the wings. And like, he's like, what have you done? And she's like, when you spend so long in the darkness, it begins to look back at you. So,
and I've heard that quote before. Like I've seen it, I've heard it, I remember that quote, but could not tell you who said it.
But got everyone, I think there were 3 or 4 people that got it right. And everyone was like, that question was so hard, but it was like, it really had me thinking.
That was a good one.
It's one that you can guess too. You can be like, oh, Rysand said it to Feyre kind of thing.
You could, 100%.
So that was a question that kind of separated the true fans.
Versus the fake ones. I'm a fake one.
Versus you liars.
I love that. I'm so glad that you did that. And I'm definitely keen to.
Trivia is also hard because the people that won had like 12 people in their group, but then you've got a group of like 10 or 12 people, and then you've got a group of 2.
Is that how it was? Was it groups?
Yeah.
Groups.
Yeah, you're never on your own. Yeah, you kind of make your group, but that's like you can have you and a friend that have gone to dinner, like Tori and Ash came. Yeah. But then you can have a group of like 8
How
girls.
How did Tori and Ash do? I forgot to ask about that.
Yeah.
I feel like Ash's knowledge is probably better. I feel like Tori's very similar to me. She sucks at retaining things.
Yeah.
She said that to me. She's like, as soon as I close that last page, that last chapter, she's like wiped from my memory.
Yeah.
And I'm like, same. That's literally how I feel.
Can't relate.
Yeah, I know. You really live in that shit.
Yeah.
And I wish I was more like that. But my brain is like, as soon as I close that last page, I'm like, that was great. Bye, wiped. Never remembering anything.
My mind like is like, why read then?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. No,
like,
no, honestly.
Why if you can't like remember the fucking...
No, literally. No, I definitely agree.
Me, I'm like, why are you reading this?
Yeah, you're like, you should just stop. You should stop, you fake fucking bitch. Loser.
I'm dead.
Okay, anyway, quick, we've sidetracked there a little bit, but very exciting stuff, and keep an eye out, guys, especially on TikTok. Socials, obviously we'll post more about that stuff when we do it, so keep an eye out on there. Okay, to finish off, let's do a quick little award segment. Book Boyfriend of the Half Year.
What do you reckon?
Who's yours?
Mine is Draco Malfoy.
Never thought I'd hear that, by the way. Never thought I'd hear Draco Malfoy.
It's so weird because it's throughout the book, I would not expect it.
No.
And you're so conflicted by him.
Yeah.
But he's so unorthodox. Like, he's not fantasy book, like, I'll give you everything and do everything. Like, but he is in his own way. But he's just so dark and mysterious and broken.
Okay.
And harsh and cruel, but he's fucking great.
Book Boyfriend of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's polarizing. I'm definitely going to have to read this, because seeing Draco Malfoy is like book boyfriend, I'm like,
what?
What the fuck? What the helly? Okay, interesting.
Anonymous manatee today.
Is that what it's showing us?
Yeah, you're a fucking anonymous manatee.
Yours is anonymous armadillo. Crazy. Mine is book Boyfriend of the Year. I think it's Raph, but it's spelled R-A-F-E, but Raph from Sinners Condemned. That is a dark romance mafia series. And I was going through all the books, the 16 books that I read, to be like, okay, who really stood out to me as book boyfriend? And then I was reading my review that I did for that book, and I loved him. Loved him so much. Mafia King. We love it.
Okay. So
definitely recommend that book. I'll be going through that in our next episode about the dark romance series that I recommend. But yeah, Raph from Sinners Condemned. We love him. And most annoying female main character.
Definitely fucking DM from Spark of the Everflame, which is both of ours.
Yes.
God, she was fucking...
Yeah, I agree.
Rough.
Yeah, I agree. I knew you'd have her. And yeah, as soon as I put her in, I was like, yep, that's who we're both going to have.
Done my head.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're past that. Well, I still have the third one to read, and you still have 30% of the third one. To be confirmed if we'll read that.
Yeah.
Did you want to do the next couple?
Most bizarre smut scene. What was yours?
Mine was just the whole... If you can't tell by that sigh... mine was just the whole book, Little Stranger by Lee Rivers.
Yeah, I've mentioned that a couple of times, that book.
The whole fucking book was insane. Not even good. Not one, not one thing in there made me feel turned on during the smut. It was just insane.
Is that the Little Monsters book?
No, that one... oh God, I always forget the name. What did he call her? That was the screwdriver in the butt.
Oh yeah, that was the one that Danielle recommended.
Yes, that was one that Danielle recommended me, and I'm not taking any more recommendations from her. I'm not taking any from fucking Danielle.
Yeah.
That whole book was just crazy for me.
Yeah.
Yours?
Mine was the gun scene from Haunting Adeline. My jaw was on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
I'm going,
what?
what?
What is happening? I'm clenching right now. Yeah.
I just can't imagine that feeling very good.
Yeah, no, neither.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Yeah. Same with the screwdriver, you know.
It was what got to the end of that chapter, put a bookmark in the book, came downstairs, and I said to James,
what?
So she gets fucked by a gun.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah, and all my mind could think of the entire time I read that was it going off.
Yeah.
That was just, that was overriding like anything else in like the hotness or the, like, you know, smart. I was just thinking the whole time, this literally could go off inside her.
Yeah.
And that was just, not it for me.
Yeah.
But slay.
It was bizarre.
For them, yeah.
Definitely most bizarre.
Definitely bizarre.
Yeah.
Next one.
Best friendship or family goals moment?
Mine was, this was a hard one for me because I really struggled to find any books that I've read in the last 6 months that really did give me that. If we look back at my books last year, tons of things I could think of.
Yeah.
But this one, I guess I put DM and Teller from Glow of the Everflame, because I remember in our recaps when we were talking about those books, I did really love their relationship.
Yeah.
And how they were brother and sister, how he treated her, how she treated him, and some of the key scenes, especially with no spoilers, but in the beginning of the second book, with that new change that comes, how he reacted and helped her through that and talked her through that.
Yeah.
Try not to give any spoilers, but mine would be them too.
Yeah, they did have a really nice
Cute,
relationship.
but again, nothing incredible. I didn't get huge vibes from it, but it was cute.
Yeah, mine was Adeline and Dea from
Haunting
Adeline. Yeah, because they were just like such good like bestie vibes.
Yeah, that's
just
a really
drinking
good one.
together, like ride or die.
Yeah,
that was the ride or die energy for sure.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
And the last one, most intense cliffhanger, which we both have as
Onyx Storm.
Yeah.
By Rebecca Yarros.
Pretty fucking big cliffhanger.
Yeah. And I mean, that feels like a lifetime ago though that we read
really
that.
Does.
That would have been.
I actually saw someone at Unwind the other day. There was 2 girls in the sauna and I came in and there was the Onyx Storm just sitting at the front of the sauna. I don't know why it was there. Maybe she thought she was going to read in the sauna or something.
Right.
But it was just sitting there. And so I walked in, I was like, through the door, I was going, and she's going, and I'm going, and then I opened the door and she was like, oh, I was just like, had it there. I think she said she was using it as a doorstop or something. I don't know. And I was like, no, is like, how are you liking the book? I really like this
dead.
book. Yeah.
She thought she was getting in trouble or something for like.
Yeah. It's funny though. Like some girls are just like book girlies. Like I'm like, oh my God, how's the story? And she's like, yeah. And then like they kind of started talking about like other things. Whereas I'm like, sometimes you meet the girls and you see them with a book and then you're like,
yeah.
So I was like, I won't throw the book podcast on you then.
Yeah. You're like, time and place.
I was going to give them a flyer when they left. You're leaving your sauna in your eyes, but today take a book flyer.
You plugging the podcast. I need to start taking them into like my head office at work and just like put them on my desk and be like, anyone want to read?
Anyone want to hear me talk smart?
Literally.
Give it to your boss.
Literally reading porn. You guys want to hear that? My corporate fucking work.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Onyx Storm, most intense cliffhanger. And I am keen to see what happens in her next read. Do we have a release date? Do we have any information on her next book for that?
No, I don't think so. No, I think she's focusing on another book as well. Rebecca Yarros is writing she writes like romance and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, right.
So I think we're a while away.
Okay. Ugh. I mean, I think we're going to get ACOTAR 6 before then, obviously.
Yeah, I think ACOTAR 6 is coming either at the end of this year or start of next.
Yes, I did see that when I was going through our theories and stuff.
Which makes me need to reread.
I know.
We'll talk about this.
Yes, pause. We'll talk about that in our ACOTAR episode. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add for our little mid-year book recap?
No, just thank you for being here if you're listening.
Yeah.
And I think we've had a really good time so far.
Yeah. We will do this again at the end of the year for like an annual recap, but I've seen this as an episode idea and I thought, oh, this is really good to do half yearly and then yearly, kind of like a bit of a therapy session for us to sit down and talk books. So yeah, I agree with what you said. Thank you everybody who has listened. I didn't even think like anyone, I mean, we knew that there'd be a little community for this, but I don't know, whenever I get the positive feedback or like the comments or likes or whatever on any of our platforms, I'm always like, oh, that's like just one more person that likes whatever the fuck we're talking about, which is just shit sometimes, but like we're having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get this episode out as a bit of a mid-year recap and then we'll also do an annual one where we summarize the year as well. But tune into our next couple of episodes as well, guys, because we are going to do an ACOTAR 6 theories, I guess is what it's called, which, yeah, I'm super excited to do because there are some crazy fucking theories out there.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and we will catch you on the next one.